Deep in the forests of Vietnam's central highlands, there was once a village, but no one remembers how to get there anymore. The locals called it Tô Drah, the ghost village. The village vanished, the people vanished, and the jungle's sacred gongs never echoed again. It had around 80 families living in traditional stilt houses. Life revolved around the forest. They farmed its bounty and revered its spirits. This harmony continued until 1977, but strangely, after this year, all official records of the village were erased from the National Registry. A curse tied to the sound of a gong echoing through the mist. It had recorded a single, inexplicable thing, a 46-second video clip. Did the students stumble upon some remnant of Was the video accidental or intentional? And why destroy the camera afterwards? Had they uncovered something terrifying, something that shouldn't have been seen? Whatever happened to them is anyone's guess, but we can take a stab at what might have transpired based on the video clip alone. A cold wind whips through the clearing, extinguishing the fire and sending the crowd scattering. Could the spirits have taken the children? Are they lost forever, or held captive in some ethereal realm? The villagers find them safe and sound at the foot of the great gong. Sometimes they see strange lights flickering in the trees, accompanied by the sound of footsteps that seem to come from another world. The forest, once a source of life and sustenance, now seems like a lurking menace. Some claim it's hidden deep within the jungle, concealed by ancient magic, or simply forgotten by time. Others whisper that the spirits moved the village, either to punish or protect its inhabitants. But the most haunting theory is that the village doesn't exist anymore, that the spirits erased it from existence to sever ties with the outside world. So the forest keeps its secrets close, its mysteries shrouded in mist and folklore. Those who venture in are warned to tread carefully, for the jungle is a place of wonders and horrors, where the veil between worlds is thin and the spirits walk among the trees. It's as if the spirits, though unseen, are watching, waiting. The jungle is cursed. Some say the spirits exact a heavy toll, demanding sacrifices and service. Others claim it's a gateway to another dimension, a portal to realms beyond human understanding. Still, others whisper that it is haunted by the restless spirits of those who ventured too far and never returned. Relief washes over the crowd, but soon gives way to confusion. Why did the spirits take them, and why return them unharmed? The children, too, are bewildered. They remembered nothing, their eyes wide and innocent, unable to comprehend the ordeal they have endured. The villagers take their children home, huddling close, whispering reassurance, but sleep evades them. All around the village, parents hold vigils, watching over their sleeping children, afraid to leave them alone. Days turn into weeks, weeks into months. The memory of the incident fades, but the fear remains. The villagers grow wary of the spirits, hesitant to seek their aid or blessings. Life in the village is forever altered. The carefree laughter of children is replaced by hushed whispers, the joyous celebrations muted. The shadow of the spirits looms over them, a constant reminder of their power and their wrath. Desperate parents rush towards the edge of the village, calling out their loved ones' names, their voices cracking with fear and anguish. But only silence answers them. The spirits remain silent, their motives unclear, their presence felt but not seen. Locals steer clear, believing them to be portals to the spirit world. They tell stories of travelers who, driven by curiosity or desperation, have touched the stones only to vanish without a trace. Some say the forest claims those who disturb its balance, trapping them in its eternal embrace. Others claim that the spirits possess them, twisting their minds and driving them to do unspeakable things. And then there's the gong, forever silenced, its music replaced by an unsettling hum. Some say its final notes carry a warning, a cautionary tale for those who dare to listen. As the night wears on, the villagers' resolve begins to crumble. They fall prey to accusations, each blaming the other for the children's disappearance, for angering the spirits. Trust evaporates, replaced by suspicion and dread. With the rising sun, dawn arrives, bringing with it a new wave of horror. The missing children are nowhere to be found. Fear gives way to despair as the villagers realize the gravity of their situation. Their children are gone, vanished without a trace. The village elders, their faces etched with worry, gather the villagers. They must act swiftly, decisively. If the spirits have been angered, they must be appeased. And so begins a desperate race against time and the wrath of the spirits. Panicked whispers fill the air. What has angered the spirits? How can they appease this sudden wrath? Fear grips the villagers as they huddle together, seeking solace in numbers, yet finding little comfort. The storm rages on, mirroring the turmoil in their hearts. Then, silence. The storm subsides as abruptly as it began, leaving behind an eerie calm. The villagers, shaken and confused, begin to emerge from their hiding places, cautiously venturing into the now silent clearing. They exchange uneasy glances, their faces pale with fright. What has transpired? What has the spirit's wrath befallen them? Their worst fears seem confirmed when they discover the children missing. In it, the sound of a gong echoes on loop. Its use was integral to the local culture, used not just for aesthetic purposes, but as a tool for communication with the spiritual realm. Deep within the jungle, next to the sacred gong, an altar has been constructed and decorated with offerings to the spirits. A small herd of goats stands nearby, their fate sealed. As night falls, the villagers arrive, dressed in their finest clothes, their faces painted with traditional tribal patterns. Elder Bar, the last survivor of Tô Drah, recalled this tradition in vivid detail. According to him, the rite involved bathing the gong in goat's blood and playing it for 3 nights straight. It was a way of summoning the jungler spirits and receiving their blessings for the coming year. Each strike of the gong reverberates through the valley, echoing into the dense foliage, carrying their prayers and hopes on the wind. The air grows heavy with anticipation as the villagers wait for a response from the spirits. Will their pleas be answered? Will the spirits grant them favor? The answer lies in the rustling leaves, the shifting shadows, and the whispers of the wind. The gong's purpose was to call forth the gods and serve as a conduit between the physical world and the spirit world. This is evident in the old tales of the spirit gong ceremony known as Tô Drah. At first, it seems like an ordinary recording, just the sound of a gong ringing through the jungle. But then something appears in the distance, a dark, hunched-over figure standing motionless. It's too far to make out any details, but the presence is undeniable. Something, or someone, is there. There's a link in the description below if you want to watch the full video for yourself. Then in 2007, curiosity got the better of many. A group of 4 film students from Ho Chi Minh City set out to find the ghost village. Their goal was to document the legend for their school project. And who could blame them? A mysterious village, ritualistic practices, and unsettling artifacts. It sounded like the perfect urban legend. Plus, they had modern tools at their disposal. No more blind expeditions guided by folklore. With GPS, detailed maps, and night vision cameras, these guys were ready to prove or disprove the existence of Togo. And then they vanished without a trace, like it had been deliberately expunged from history. No one knew where the villagers had gone. Only whispered stories remained of a sacred gong that once echoed through the morning fog. According to French colonial archives, Tô Drah was a small Mneng village, nestled between what are now Dak Nang and Lam Dong. They also discovered a circle of 12 stone pillars carved with strange symbols that resembled human eyes. These became known as the Eyes of the Forest. The villagers were never seen again. Some say they fled deep into the jungle, never to return. Others whisper that the villagers were taken, one by one, under the cover of night. Still, others claim that the forest claimed them all, merging them with the trees and the soil. Then, in 1979, a military unit surveying the area reported finding the charred remains of stilt houses, abandoned and burned. But one thing everyone agreed upon was that the jungle was cursed. Their camera was found weeks later, smashed near the base of one of the stone pillars. But it contained a clue that made no sense. Whatever happened to the 4 students remains unknown. The footage offers no clues, nor does it shed light on the village itself. First, let's focus on the gong. It's impossible to date this artifact, but given its connection to the forest's spirits, it likely dates back centuries. Imagine the scene. It's December, and the villagers are preparing for the annual ceremony. But something goes wrong. The spirits, usually benevolent and helpful, turn malevolent. Each family counts their children, comparing faces with neighbors, but none are forthcoming. Panic rises anew, now laced with terror. Then, just as suddenly as they vanished, they reappear. But the story doesn't end here. For years to come, the villagers hear strange sounds in the forest, the distant echo of drums and chanting. And then there are the stone eyes, a grim reminder of the village's dark past. As for Tô Drah, the ghost village, its whereabouts remain a mystery.